Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Romance of Three Kingdoms 13, or welcome rather to Let's Play Romance of Three Kingdoms 13 Fame and Strategy Expansion Pack Bundle. As talky as I, the mysterious JG, can be in these Let's Plays, and as long as it can take me to get to the point, I don't usually open videos with a lot of like and subscribe, comment below, hit me up on Twitter, any of that kind of stuff. But I am going to open this video by plugging the fact that I'm recording this in early July of 2017. And if you're watching it as it's going up, I would ask or suggest or just float the idea that you check out Zerfall's MS live stream. He's doing an MS bike ride. It is a bike ride to fight multiple sclerosis in Canada and elsewhere. It's a charity thing where you can donate money, and on my channel I have a video. If you donate $35 or more to this cause, I will create a character for you that will be used in the next Romance 3 Kingdoms 13 Let's Play. And that's all I'm going to say about that. There's a video out there if you want to donate some money to a good cause, and you're not, this is July 2017. He's accepting charity donations, and I'm offering an opportunity if you want to help out, a way for me to try to entertain you and make it worth your while to help out. And that video is elsewhere on the channel, and you can check it out. Now, that aside, I have not played any of the new Fame and Strategy Expansion Pack Bundle, Power Up Kit, 2K Champion Edition Turbo Hyper Fighting, and I want to check it out and see what it's about, because I'm going to eventually do a hero mode with a bunch of created characters who donated money to that stream charity thing, and I don't want to get crushed. Because I played a few minutes of, what would happen in the main mode if I started a force in a, just remote area of China with Zerfall as our leader and threw in a few created guys, and we very quickly got swallowed up by the neighboring force, which was working in better established cities. So I'm going to need to know what I'm doing if I want to do anything other than, go work for Cao Cao as a mid-level officer. That'll be easy. I want to do something a little more exciting than that. So let's go through... not the regular old hero mode, because the hero modes, well, there's a little bitterness there. I lost my save data from trying to beat A Dream of Heroes. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put up the incomplete Dream of Heroes videos. I don't know, I'll either put in the title description, or maybe I'll put a title card at the beginning to indicate that I will not be completing that run. The run that I will be putting up soon, I have not completed because I lost my save data. And I'll start it over from scratch and do it. It was really freaking hard. I don't know how I was going to pull that shit off. But instead, we're going to go into the side story mode. Side story tutorial stages, I would assume, that are specifically teaching you the elements of the game that are new in this expansion. And apparently it changes things up quite a bit. So for players new to Romance of Three Kingdoms 13, or those who are still unused to the controls, we recommend you try hero mode first. Well, I've gone through all of the hero modes except for this last one, which was DLC, which was supposed to be super hard, but I played through the ones that are meant to teach you how to play the game. You can see those elsewhere on the channel. So I feel like we're ready for side story mode. And our first side story, hero mode other, is the little dragon Soars. And sometime before three heroes gather in a beach garden in the northern lands, a young lad takes spear in hand and holds hope in his heart. The young man is Zhao Yun. The fame of this bold young dragon begins to send ripples throughout the land. So yeah, Zhao Yun didn't really get a whole lot to do in the various hero modes, so it's nice that we're going to get to learn a little bit about Zhao Yun, the Dragon of Changban. He's a pretty major character in the novel. He's one of those guys is held in high esteem by the author because he uses his style name. He calls him Zhao Zhetong, if I recall correctly. So it's only Liu Bei, who's known as Liu Zhuan, Zhao Yun is known as Zhao Zhetong, and Zhuge Liang, who's consistently known as Kong Ming in the novel. Almost everyone else uses their standard names rather than their revered style names or whatever. So you can kind of tell that he's one of the guys that's really held up as being a vaunted hero. So let's see some of his early story back when he was working for one of the Gongzungs. This would begin Little Dragon Soars. Do I wish to continue? Yes. Erase memory of film from mankind's consciousness? Yes. Officer Shu submitted to Liu Bei after serving Yuan Shao and Gongzheng Zan. At Changban, cut his way into an enormous army to find and rescue Liu Bei's son Liu Shan, one of the 5 Tiger generals. Time was towards the end of the later Han. The people, suffering from corrupt leaders and natural disasters, sought salvation from the teachings of the Way of Peace. The founder of the Way of Peace, Zhang Xiao, brought the people together. He incited uprisings and gathered together a large force of men. This was the Yellow Turban Rebellion. He held huge rallies where he promised to make China great again. At Zhang Zhao's main base of Julu, a youth was becoming an adult. Right. Zhao Yun of Changshan is ready to travel. I'm gonna go down to the store and get some milk. Zhao Yun, and just what are you going to do all by yourself? Xiao Lan, the Yellow Turbans are getting out of hand around here. I thought I'd help settle them down. I heard that you had jumped in with your spear, so I came at once. How dare you take such risks? At the very least, you should have asked aid of me, your friend. You've always worried too much. My spear alone is enough for bandits like these. This will not be easy, even for one as skilled with a spear as you. This is their territory. Alone... So what do you suggest? Thanks for asking. I thank you for asking. Huh? The enemy has troops, so we need troops to oppose them. Private troops? We're your private troops. Soldiering for money. Do what you want us to do. To enlist private troops, you have to raise your prestige as a patriot. Then let's get started to claim your prestige. Okay. Darn. I let him suck me in. Now I'll be forced to learn game mechanics. In order to gather private troops as a free officer, the player must claim prestige. This adds a title, almost a second name. First, take a look at the prestige screen. At the upper left, just to the right of the character graphic, select the prestige button. Alright, so... I did see a prestige meter next to... I played for like 15 to 20 minutes the other night as Alt Dragon, just because he was born early enough that I could use him in the scenario that I wanted to goof around in, and JG Mystery was not. So Alt Dragon, I was playing as you the other night and not doing very well at all, and not knowing what prestige meant at all. So, how do I get up there, though? Square button usually switches your input. L1 plus circle? There we go. Prestige, comrade, letter, confirm topic. Let's go with prestige. Oh, wow, check this shit out. We got like Chinese zodiac shit going on, man. We're going to be able to change the direction of the wind before this is over. Select your prestige type on the screen. There are 2 free officer types and 4 service officer types. Go ahead and select the free officer prestige type, Patriot. So Patriot, Merchant, Commander, Military Official, Visor, Civil Servant, Patriot. These are all the types of prestige title. These are all the prestige titles of the Patriot type. To gain private troops, you'll need to take on the Lone Wolf name. You can also confirm the conditions needed to take on the name, as well as the traits and special commands you'll get when you take it on. Now go ahead and gather the comrades you'll need to take on the Lone Wolf name. Return to the main screen and select Comrade on the top left of the screen. This is complicated. So I'm a lone wolf, or to become a lone wolf rather, I'm a free wanderer able to gather troops and join battles. So I need to be a free officer and I need to obtain comrades. I can slightly increase private troops in my city. I can obtain a small amount of gold and supplies. And I can make my bond officer leave their force and become my comrade. Comrade. Here you can edit the comrades you wish to travel with you. To add an officer as a comrade, select Add Comrade and press the triangle button to add the officer you selected. You can make your bond officers, or officers that have bonds with you, bonds with, and you are... Wait, you can make your bond officers that they have bonds with and you are acquainted with as comrades. By forming a group of comrades, your protagonist and all of the comrades in the groups will gain a comrade effect and be strengthened. Your attribute types will increase based on your comrade officer's prestige, and the amount the attributes levels will increase as affected by your total fame. So I guess we're getting like bonuses by officers who are in groups of, you know, camaraderie-ness get boosts, I guess. Now try adding Zhao Yun as a comrade and selecting confirm. It said something about pressing triangle. Confirm comrade. Add comrade. I guess I didn't need to use triangle, but I could have. I wonder what boosts we're getting. So he's got like 71, 72, 53, 74. Oh, it didn't flat out change his stats, but maybe it boosted him some other way. So total fame increases to 4. Connections increases to 1. Maybe this is it. Okay, we have no fame and no connections, but if we add Zhao Yun, our fame becomes 4 and we get 1 connection, and our battle strength, whatever that is, goes up by 1. Sure. I've been waiting for this invitation. Let us work well together. And I fulfilled the conditions to be the lone wolf Baron Corbin. Sorry, that's enough of that. With a comrade in tow, you can now take on the name of Lone Wolf. Well, there's an irony there. When I was on my own, I was not a lone wolf. Now that I'm hanging out with somebody, I'm a lone wolf. I think you guys don't understand what lone wolf means. Return to the main screen and try selecting Prestige from the top left to take on a new name. You can now take on a higher level Prestige title. So we don't display condition details. Alright, well. We've now met the conditions for this. So do I want to become a citizen or a bandit? Oh, well. Bandit Chief, Executioner, Lord of Death. Oh, man, we could do some interesting shit. JG Mystery could be... I could lead like a bandit force in this. Or Zerfall could be like the bandit king, and we could all be like his little bandit dudes. But obviously that's not what Zhao Yun is about. He's a patriot. Wait, how is being a bandit being a patriot? He's going to be, like, dude, yeah, okay, sorry. Zhao Yun is, like, totally paragon of virtue, dude. So if we get to select something beyond Lone Wolf, I think it would be Citizen. But we need to have 10 fame, so now we can... Will you adopt the Lone Wolf Prestige? I guess we hadn't done that. This cannot be changed to a different prestige for 90 days. Rumors continued to spread, and Zhao Yun became known as a lone wolf as a new sign of prestige. The following have become available. Recruit Tour Draft. With the prestige of becoming lone wolf, Zhao Yun has gained 1,002 private troops. Oh, that might be important if we're starting in like a wimpy city and getting attacked immediately. Free wander able to gather troops and join battles. Okay. So we're like, there's all sorts of cool, crazy Chinese zodiac shit going on the screen. I'm digging it. I'm interested in the civil servants and other things, because this, like, JG Mystery is probably likely to become a civil official. Become an envoy, provocateur, a firebrand, or an ambassador, the kingmaker, the consul, the prime minister. I don't know what any of these things mean, but they sound interesting. An advisor can go down the path of being a repairer or a chatter. No, sorry, a planner or a luminary. Become a celebrity. A loyal partisan. A savant, a crafty sage, or strategy master. Unparalleled warrior, warrior master, relentless warrior, lord of spears, or paladin. Commander. Eventually become a flying general, peerless general, illustrious general, erudite commander, or an adamant guardian. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should be. Well, I told everybody to go ahead and pick a goal thing. Maybe I should have asked people to pick one of the level 1 ones so that they could level up. I'll have to think about it. If I changed the rules in midstream and I asked you guys to submit characters and gave you the option of picking Executioner, Knight Errant, whatever, and decide, hey, everyone needs level 1, then I can just use this chart to figure out that, hey, you picked Executioner, you start out on the Patriot path. But I don't think you start there. I think this is just the path that your character will automatically flow towards as it levels up without the player making decisions. But as a civil servant in real life, I do find it kind of amusing that I could become I could become a bureaucrat and eventually be a consul or a kingmaker. Oh, I could audit the ledger. That would be kind of interesting, too. Officer enticement, I see you're able to claim the Lone Wolf prestige. Now you can do various activities, like gather private troops at your main base and use Tour to gather materials. Take on the prestige title of Lone Wolf and visit your comrade. These commands related to prestige. But they want me to visit your comrade, your spouse, temper your troops, expand your base, or get to child rearing. Oof. Your main base is the base where you, your spouse, your kids, and your comrades reside. You can perform conditions and prestige commands, manage and train your private troops. Okay. So we have a main base. The wind is warm, and the horses at the base are grazing about. If only these peaceful days would last. Take on the prestige Lone Wolf and visit your comrade. Okay, visit GL line. Right then, it's time to gather private troops. Ah, you went that way. Get out of my way. Oh, wow, we're going to hang out with Guan Yin Chang, huh? Guan Yu is here. You really think you can get away from me? Damn it, split up, break into 2 groups, and get out of here. Why am I talking like Zhao Lan? Gary, you there, will you aid me? Of course I will. You seem trustworthy. And this bandit's in trouble. He's facing 2 of the 5 Tiger Generals. Get out of my way if you want to live. I don't think this shouldn't be a problem for Zhao Yun. Get out of my way. Can't you see you're outmatched? Etc. So duels, I happen to know, are very different. And if I play as JG Mystery, he is going to be still a civil character. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to stand the idea of like not making him really good at duels and debates, so I make him like super at everything, which would be kind of boring. But duels are fought over 5 turns, with the warrior with the most health remaining winning. A duel begins with the officer with higher war attacking their opponent, and then the real battle begins. Both fighters choose the same action: attack, knockout, on violence. Only the one with the higher war will succeed, making war the essential ability for duels. Officer with low war, however, can shut down an opponent's defense and special attacks with unbalance, then use their own special attack to turn the fight around. Officers with low war can use unbalanced to their opponent's action or use defend to increase their executive gauge and save up for a knockout blow to turn the tables on their opponent. So you can attack, you can versus attack triangle, attack each other, you can versus knockout X, only the opponent's knockout is unsuccessful. Versus attack. versus attack, attack each other. Versus knockout, only the opponent's knockout is successful. Versus unbalance, only your attack is successful. So knockout trumps attack, but defeats unbalance. And versus defend, damage done to opponent is lessened. Knockout, release a powerful attack whose strength depends on your executive gauge. Versus attack, only your knockout blow will succeed. Versus knockout, they attack each other. Versus unbalance, only your knockout is successful. And versus defend, damage done is lessened. So knockout trumps everything. Unbalance, release an attack designed to interfere with your opponent's actions. Versus attack, only your opponent's attack works. Versus knockout, only your opponent's knockout succeeds. So if you use unbalance, you lose to. Wait, if you use balance, I think there's a translation glitch here. Unbalance only works against someone who's defending, it looks like. Defend blocks an opponent's attack and gains 1 unit of the executive gauge. And loses to unbalance. Executive gauge, each time players defend, they will receive 1 light on the executive gauge, at least 1 executive gauge. Light is required to perform special moves. The more points there are, the more powerful the move can be. When someone you have a bond with is near, you may remember that bond restores your health and sometimes raises your ward during a duel. So, greatly reduces damage taken. Success defense restores a little spirit. High power nullifies. Unbalance. Oh, you enter all 5 in at once? Alright, so let's try for a super attack here. Let's intentionally defend a bunch. That's interesting. You do all 5 at once. Hope he doesn't unbalance. He did unbalance. Zhao Yun's stance is broken and neither defend nor knockout are available next turn. So really that didn't work very well at all. I barely won that and I had a huge advantage in war. So defending a bunch of times in a row to get all that spirit, probably not wise. Gain 2 war experience though. I'm impressed with your skill, even though you clearly should have been able to knock that guy out. I am called Guan Yu, and I am but a traveler, yet seek to do what I can for the land. Greetings. I am Zhao Yun of Changshan. I am honored to make the acquaintance of one so esteemed as Guan Yu. Even though we're not supposed to be meeting at this point, what's going on? Truly a pleasure, and I am Zhao Lan. Guan Yu, would you consider joining us in our travels? He slipped his bonds. Be careful, he's going to make a break for it. Sorry, I must pursue. If the fates are kind, we will meet again. What skill and dedication to duty. I did not know there were such people in the world. As he started to say, if we had someone like him join us, it would certainly be reassuring. Perhaps later. No. What? You must seize these opportunities. You never know when one will meet such a one again. You must win him over as a comrade. You can enlist comrades from either officers you have a bond with or officers that have a bond with those you have a bond with. Luckily, I have an acquaintance in this village. Leave it to me. We will soon forge a bond with Guan Yu. Okay. I'll leave it to you then. Well said. Just as I would expect of a comrade of mine. I would expect you to let me do the work. All right, so write me a letter. Just who is leading who? Letters are useful when trying to improve relations between officers other than yourself. Select. Okay. I'm trying to improve relations between 2 officers, and I'm not one of them. Use the letter. Select the letter button at the top of the screen. Our final objective is to liberate Julu from the Yellow Turbans, but first we have to make Guan Yu our friend. This is the letter screen. The letter people, the letter people. I used to love the letter people when I was a little kid. This is the letter screen. By sending a letter, you can deepen the relationships between officers you are acquainted with. Try selecting a bond officer, choosing send a letter, and picking an officer you wish him or her to bond with. After a period of time, they will form a bond. By having one of your bond officers do this, you can increase yours and their fame. Fame value represents how well known you are. You can increase it by forming bonds with officers with high fame. Each prestige requires a certain level of fame. That said, try sending letters between Zhao Yun and Guan Yu and making them time flow again. This bond will form especially quickly this time around. My baby just wrote me a letter. So I'll send a letter. You will send a letter to mediate the relationship between Zhao Yun and Guan Yu. Days needed 10. So this is something that happens in the novel sometimes. People will write letters. Like Cao Cao received a letter from Liu Bei asking him not to attack Cao Quan, which further enraged Cao Cao because he thought Liu Bei was some young pup lecturing him. So there'll be plot points, I guess. So 10 days remaining. All right. Go back to my comrade screen here. So can we pull in and out on this screen? Can we zoom? Doesn't look like we really have a lot of zooming we can do. I was expecting to see Guan Yu somewhere in the universe, but not, I guess he's not even, if we can't bring him in, he won't even be on the screen. That might make sense. But here he is on this chart. So how do we get info on him? Here. But we are acquainted with him. We have a 74 rapport. We have a rapport of 80 and a bond level 1 with Zhao Yun. Gotcha. Now we'll let time flow again. Why we're not building our private unit, I don't know, but I'm sure the game will tell us to do that soon enough. We've created a bond of friendship between Zhao Yun and Guan Yu. Zhao Yun and Guan Yu have become friends through letters. The letter P. Zhao Yun's fame has increased from 2 to 3. Now Guan Yu and I are friends, so let's add Guan Yu as a comrade. Guan Yu, you're getting used, man. That increased our fame and our war stuff. I, Guan Yu, vow to use all of my talents as your comrade. This is cool. So, I wonder if I should be really cheesy with this thing I'm doing for Zerfall and be like, and if you donate $50 or more, I'll make you one of my comrades. Like the first 4 people to donate $50 will become comrades of JG. That's a little much. Not gonna do that. It does appear you can only have 4 comrades unless this circle gets wider later. Certainly, this would make it easier to attempt to overthrow, like join a force and overthrow it. Something I played with very briefly at the end of the main story mode, where I was working for Lu Bu, and like just a tiny fraction of officers would join me, even though I was easily the most famous man in China, other than Lu Bu himself. By the end of that whole thing. Use a letter to make Guan Yu a comrade and visit him. Well, we'll visit Guan Yu, let's say, at the beginning of the next video. I would imagine we have a whole video's worth of stuff to do to finish this mode, and if we don't, I'll feel silly, and maybe we'll stick it together from 2 parts. But for now, we're going to call it a video, and when we come back, we will continue our efforts to tell the exciting story of Zhao Yun's beginning in the world of RTK13 Fame and Strategy Expansion Pack Bundle Champion Edition Turbo Hyper Fighting. We got to take over Julu. I don't know if we're playing through his story far enough to start working for Gong Zung Zan, but we'll see. We'll see you next time on the Mysterious GG. Thanks for watching. And again, if you are watching this as it goes up and it's not old news, take a look around on my channel for the video on how you can get a character created by donating to Zerfall's live stream and fighting multiple sclerosis in Canada, which is a thing you should be fighting. Do not be pro multiple sclerosis, people. That's a dick move. See you guys next time.